are calling our first class, which is lightweight market barrows. First class lightweight market barrows. These pigs are weighing between 230 and 237 pounds, and the exhibitors are Macy Goshorn, Cameron Goshorn, and Delaney Goshorn. Please get your pigs to the ring at this time. We will follow Class 1 with our second class of lightweight market hogs. So if you're in Class 2, let's be on deck, because there's only 2 classes in the lightweight division. So if you're in Class 2, let's be on deck. But we are now asking for Macy Goshorn, Cameron Goshorn, and Delaney Goshorn to come to the ring at this time. First class, lightweight crossbred market barrows weighing between 230 and 237 pounds.
Good luck, Chris. We'll do awesome for you. You guys sit down here.
Kevin Goshorn's got some programs, so raise your hands if you'd like a program and we'll pass them out to you.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah, just lay them up on the table. Thank you. Anybody else? That's it.
Well, good morning. It's certainly a pleasure to be in Shelby County this morning. An absolutely beautiful facility you guys have here, and it's a cool, comfortable morning. I look forward to working with the kids today and sorting through the livestock. And as you get into this first class, I know it's going to be an excellent day, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come out here and work with the kids and sort the pigs. I think a really good class of lightweight hogs in this one. I'm going to go ahead and use the calico barrel over here in front of me to win this particular class. I think from the ground up, he's the most comfortable off both ends of his skeleton. He's wide, he's square, he's got an attractive look, and as you get off to the side of him, he balances up well. A really nice job that young lady does showing the pig. The one that's going to be in second is the young lady right here in front of me. This barrow is more attractive through his front end and front 1/3 as you compare him to the one that's in third. And as you compare him back to the one that wins the class, he's not as bold as you study him through the center portion of his body. He gets a little bit flatter in his rib and maybe doesn't have as much spread as the class winner going away. But from the side, I love this guy's build and athleticism. Really goes and travels well within this particular class. Young lady does a nice job showing his pig. One that rounds out this particular class, one you got to appreciate for being heavy muscled, really wide off both ends of his skeleton. Just like to make him more attractive through the front 1/3 of his skeleton. And relative to how much power and muscle he has up high, I like to give this guy a little bit more foot and bone at the ground for him to match. A great set of lightweight hogs. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for those exhibitors.
Okay, the results of Class 1 lightweight market barrows weighing between 230 and 237 pounds. First place belongs to Macy Goshorn, second place to Delaney Goshorn, and third place to Cameron Goshorn. They were all blue ribbons in our first class. We are now ready for Class 2 lightweight market barrows weighing between 239 and 244 pounds. And those exhibitors are Briley Schechinger, Cheyenne Obrick, and Blakely Tatka. At the conclusion of this class, we will have the drive for our champion and reserve champion lightweight market barrows. Okay, we'd like to introduce our judge here today, first time at Shelby County. Greg Cron is our judge. He's a native of Wisconsin, and he and his wife Bailey live in Rochester, Minnesota currently, and he is employed by United Animal Health, which is also the company that I work for, and I just realized about 2 weeks ago that he was going to be judging our show. So Greg was on the judging team at Western Illinois University, where he got his undergraduate degree and got his master's and PhD at Iowa State University in animal science. So let's give Greg a nice big Shelby County welcome to the Shelby County Fair Hog Show. Let's give him a nice round of applause.
Three nice barrows in this particular class. Going to go ahead and use the young lady's barrow, painted up barrow on the far side of the ring to win this class. Great in terms of skin and hair and presentation. I love this guy. In terms of his foot and bone and stoutness, he's big and stout in his skull. He's got a big blade working in him. Yet as you get on top of him, he's wide and he's got a good fresh back into him. And as you study him going away, he's wide and square down to the ground. Step off to the side. That guy's attractive and a good looking show barrow. Young lady does a nice job showing this particular hog. Hats off to the young lady here in second, right here in front of me. The blue barrel, great in terms of skin and hair. She does a phenomenal job of showing this pig. Big bladed, stout skulled, really attractive as you study him and balance as well. I just don't see him as comfortable in his shoulders as you study this hog. He gets a little bit rounder and shorter in his hip, and I just like to see that guy get out and go with more comfort and reach as you study him off his rear 1/3. Young ladies barrel that rounds out the class, one that's got a lot of power and width as you study off both ends of his skeleton. He's deep and wide through the center portion of his body. He just needs to be fixed from a composition standpoint. Just clean him up in his front 1/3 and give him a fresher back as you study him up high. A nice class of barrows here. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, we are now ready to drive for our champion lightweight market barrel. So we would ask Macy Goshorn, who had the first place pig out of our first class, to come to the ring at this time. Macy? Macy's barrel weighs 230 pounds. And second place in that class belonged to Delaney Goshorn. And we would also ask Briley Scheckinger to bring her first place class winner out of class 2, and Briley's barrel weighs 239 pounds. So we are now selecting for our champion and eventually reserve champion lightweight crossbred market barrel.
I don't know, we were down there yesterday, and we still do it. And really leaving the car.
Two really good class winners here in our lightweight division, and as I mentioned in class, both these exhibitors do an excellent job showing these barrows. You know, kind of thinking about, we actually raised some pigs back home, and my wife's sister is getting ready to show some pigs in Minnesota here in a couple weeks, and we have barrows that are about this size, so just kind of very fitting as we start to get ready for that show. And these pigs are really good for their size and their weight. You know, they're ready to go at the show, and although they're the lightweights, I still think they're competitive, and there's nothing to take away against a lightweight hog here at this show, because they're good and they represent quality. As we get in and study these two class winners, I really think both of them represent quality and do an excellent job showing them. The one I like best is just so much stouter at the ground. He's more attractive as you study him and just balances up so good. Young lady out of second class will be our champion lightweight. Congratulations to her.
Okay, coming out for the second to that in class is Cheyenne Obrecht. We are now driving for reserve champion in the lightweight crossbred division.
The one thing I will mention, I guess one good thing that came out of COVID, you know, we started in that, and we always did the fist bump during those shows because we weren't allowed to shake hands. I kind of learned that was more comfortable for the kids. I know it's kind of awkward sometimes when the kids have the whip and trying to shake hands and switch your whip, things like that. So throughout the day, I'm good with a fist pump. It's more comfortable for the kids and just kind of easier. It's no disrespect to the exhibitors by any means. I just try to do what's best for the kids, and it seems like you know, everyone's acceptable with that. So kind of throughout the day, we'll do a fist bump and continue to do that. But as we get into the reserve here, I think we drop in that second place barrel, really attractive from the side. Young lady does an excellent job showing them. Great in terms of skin and hair. Just like to fix that guy off both ends of his skeleton a little bit. As a result, we're going to go ahead and use the Class 1 winner to be our reserve champion lightweight. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Macy Goshorn on a reserve champion lightweight crossbred barrel. So let's recap here. Our champion lightweight crossbred barrel came out of class 2 and belonging to Briley Scheckinger, and our reserve champion lightweight crossbred barrel was out of the first class belonging to Macy Goshorn. Congratulations to the girls on their champion and reserve champion lightweight crossbred market barrels. Yes, let's give them a nice round of applause. You bet. Okay, we're ready for our middleweight barrels, and there are 4 entries in this class, weighing between 245 and 254 pounds. And those exhibitors are Zoe Reffitt, Nicole Hansen, Blakely Fatka, and Cooper Robinson. Let's bring your first class of middleweight crossbred barrels to the ring at this time. And we again will only have 2 classes in this division. So if you are in the second class in the middleweights, Riley Obrecht, Carly Goshorn, Brayton Scheckinger, and Macy Goshorn, you are on deck, so let's get those pigs ready to come to the ring at the conclusion of our first class. So entering the ring now is our first class of middleweight Crossbred Market Barrows, Zoe Reffitt, Nicole Hansen, Blakely Fotka, Cooper Robinson. Pigs weighing between 245 and 254 pounds. Okay, every year we have the quiz competition for the exhibitors, and we always have a north team and a south team, and we need to assign a captain for each team. So who wants to be the captain on the north side? Somebody please step forward. Who wants to be the captain on the south side? Carl Hansen is our captain on the north side. Carl Hansen, so he'll be the one to give us the answers. So you get to give your input to Carl. Beverly Gosshorn will be the captain on the south side. Beverly. So give your answers to Beverly. Our first question for the crowd. Now everybody listen up, because there's huge prizes at the end of this, as you all know well. First question is, what breed is the major terminal sire for commercial market hogs in the United States today? What breed, pure breed, is the major terminal sire for commercial market hogs in the United States today? So give your answers to Carl and Bev. And then when you're ready, you can bark them out.
A good class here in our first class in the middleweights, and I'm going to go ahead and use this barrel right here in front of me. Young lady does an excellent job showing this pig. I think wins easy in this particular drive. Long and extended through the front 1/3 of his skeleton. He's tall at the point of his shoulder. He's level down his back. As we study him at the ground, he's big-footed, really heavy structured. He's got muscle. He's fresh. As you study him, really like that barrel quite a bit. Young lady does an excellent job showing this particular barrel. The black one right here in front of me is going to go ahead and be second. And I think he does so just in terms of power and width, and he certainly is wide off both ends of his skeleton. He's big and bold through the center portion of his body. Where I like to change him, like to make her longer and more extended and cleaner through the front 1/3 of his skeleton and going away. He wants to step outside of his skeleton a little bit. The young lady does an excellent job showing that particular hog. Young man right here in front of me with the belted barrel is going to go ahead and be second. A really lean, shapely type of a hog. He's stout-skulled. He's big-bladed. Just doesn't balance up quite as well for me. Just comes a little bit more PC for me. But I think one you got to appreciate for having some good width and muscle in this particular drive. Young lady's blue barrel or blue-eyed barrel right here in front of me. One that gets out and goes with some comfort and ease. I just like to see that guy more attractive and balance up better. An excellent class here in our middleweights. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, results of our first class of middleweight crossbred market barrows. First place in the blue to Zoe Reffitt. Second place in the blue to Nicole Hansen. Third place in the red to Cooper Robinson. And fourth place in the red to Blakely Fotka. We are now ready for class 2, barrows weighing between 258 and 266 pounds. Riley Obrick, Carly Gosshorn, Brayton Scheckinger, and Macy Gosshorn. Okay, what's the answers to the question? Beverly. What's the answer, Carl? Name a breed, Carl. Okay, the correct answer is Duroc, so the south side gets a point. Okay, now while we're waiting here, we'll just go ahead and do another one quick. Of the following breeds, which breed has the most influence in the United States as a maternal animal in commercial hog production? Of the following breed, which breed has the most influence as a maternal mother line in the United States? And the choices are Hampshire, Spotted, Poland China, or Landrace. Okay, what's the answer here, south side? North side? Okay, the correct answer is Landrace.
Big
Really nice class here in our middleweight division. I think there's two that surface up to the top rather handily in my mind. A young lady right here in front of me is going to go ahead and win this particular drive. I love this barrel from the side. He's so attractive and extended through the front 1/3 of his skeleton. He's leveled down to his top, yet he's still an attractive barrel, yeah, but he's got power. He's big-footed, he's heavy structured, he's really good through his center bodies. You get out behind him, he's big at his pin set, and he's squared down to the ground. Young lady does an excellent job showing that particular barrel. Nothing to take away from the young lady here in second, that would be right here in front of me. In terms of type and kind, I think mirrors our class winner very well. Really stout skull, big bladed, really good in terms of his center body. What I like to fix him is he right there at his ham-loin junction just gets a little bit weird in his top line, and I just like to give him a little bit bigger foot relative to how much power and muscle he has up high. That's an attractive, good-looking show barrow to be there in second. Young lady's going to be third with the barrow that's really good through his center portion of his body. He's wide and square off both ends of his skeleton. Just like to give this guy more extension through his front 1/3. Just like to make him more fresher on the top side of his skeleton. The young lady does a nice job showing this particular hog. Young man's barrow that rounds out the class. One that's big and bold through the center portion of his skeleton. He's wide as you study him up high, but just like to fix him from a composition standpoint, and he gets a little bit straighter off both ends of his skeleton. A nice class of middleweight barrows. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, here are the results of our second class of middleweight crossbred barrows. First place in the blue goes to Riley Olbrich. Second place in the blue to Macy Gosshorn. Third place in the blue to Carly Gosshorn, and fourth place in the red to Great Scheckinger. We are now ready for our selection of our middleweight champion and reserve champion crossbred barrows. Out of Class 1, barrel weighing 245 pounds, winner of that class was Zoe Reffett. Second place in Class 1 was Nicole Hansen. Out of Class 2, first place, a barrel weighing 258 pounds belonging to Riley Obrick, and second place in Class 2 was Macy Gosshorn. Well, this is our drive for the champion and reserve champion middleweight crossbred barrows.
Here in middleweight division, you know, in 2022, showmanship and skin and hair and presentation is such a big component and an important part of getting these pigs presented and looking right. And both these young ladies do an excellent job with that. They do it to a T. As you look at these pigs, they're great in terms of skin and hair and presentation. Look at their showmanship style. They get their pigs drove and stuck and give me the angles and the views that I want to see. So hats off to both these exhibitors. I think they're both phenomenal showmen, and they have their pigs ready to roll today. So hats off to them. We get our two class winners, and I think very similar in terms of type and kind. Big-footed, heavy-structured, yet attractive, good-looking show pigs. They still have some shape as you study them up high, yet are still good and free and sound as you study them off both ends of their skeleton. I think there's one of them I just keep going back to. Hit me really hard when he entered the ring. Young lady has second class to be our champion middle. Congratulations to her. We dropped in that second place barrel out of that class, and I talked about that one being very similar in terms of type and kind to the class winner, the one that was above. Just like to fix him there in his top line, like to study him or fix him and get a little bit bigger foot relative to how much power you have. As we go in and compare those back to the other class winner, I just like that the other class winner to be a reserve. Congratulations to her.
Okay, congratulations. Our middleweight crossbred market barrel drive champion middleweight belongs to Riley Obrick, and reserve champion to Zoe Reffett. Let's give Zoe and Riley a nice big round of applause. You bet. We are now ready for our first class of heavyweight market barrows. Barrows weighing between 278 and 283 pounds, and those exhibitors are Carly Gosshorn, Braden Finneran, and Cale Gosshorn. If you're in Class 2 of the heavyweight market barrel division, Lane Larson, Cameron Gosshorn, and Reese Anderson, we want you to be thinking about getting those pigs prepared and ready, because Class 1 will not take long. The pigs in our first class of heavyweight crossbred market barrels range in weight from 278 to 283 pounds. Another question for the competition, crowd competition. Bev and Carl, be ready here. What nation has the highest hog population, or what country has the highest hog population in the world? Beverly? Where? China is correct. China has the world's largest hog population by a long, long ways.
That's my language. That's my language.
Nice class of heavyweights here in this first class within this particular division. And young man's bear right here in front of me is going to go ahead and win this particular class. I think just wins the class just in terms of comfort and flexibility and ease. He's not the EST in any one area in terms of muscle, but from this side, this guy's the most attractive through his front 1/3. He gets out and goes with the most comfort and ease and flexibility off both ends of his skeleton. He's still fresh, and as you study him up high and got enough muscle going away, a nice barrow to win this particular class. Young lady barrow on the far side of the ring there is going to go ahead and be second. A big-footed, really heavy structured barrow. This guy's wide as you study him up high, and he's square back to his hip. Where I like to change him, I like to make him longer and more extend through the front 1/3 of his skeleton, and just like to see his pace and get out and go with a little bit more comfort and ease within this particular class. Young man's barrow that rounds out the class, one that's really bold and deep to the center portion of his body. He's got good spread as you study him up high. Just like to make him more fresh as you study him on the top side of his skeleton and going away. I just like to see him better traveling away from me. A nice class of heavyweight barrows. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, here's the results of Class 1 heavyweight market barrows. First place in the blue goes to Braden Finneran, second place in the blue to Carly Gosshorn, and third place in the blue to Cale Gosshorn. We are now ready for our second class of heavyweight market barrows, and this is our final class of heavyweights. So at the conclusion of this, we will have a drive for champion or reserve champion of the heavyweight division. Pigs in our second class, Lane Larson, Cameron Gosshorn, and Reese Anderson. These pigs have a range in weight from 285 to 299 pounds. Once again, our judge today is Greg Cron. Greg is a native of Wisconsin and currently lives with his wife Bailey in Minnesota. Greg and his brother have a few sows and raise show pigs, but his job is PhD scientist with United Animal Health, based out of Indiana, and we sure appreciate Greg coming down from Minnesota to judge our hog show here this morning.
Going home tonight for 2 days and then coming back. Today. Yeah, it'll take me 2 days to clean. Oh, really?
Okay, another quick question for the quiz. Carl and Beverly, listen up here. And the team, it's the team behind you that needs to be supporting you here. Name a primal cut on a hog carcass. Name a primal cut on a hog carcass. A primal cut.
I'd say whatever's the best. Watching kids? Some of them are really going fast.
South side? North side? Both answered loin. That is correct. Loin is a primal cut.
Nice first class here in our heavyweight division, and young ladies bell to barrel there is going to go ahead and win this particular class, and I think wins easy in my mind. Really big-footed, heavy-structured barrel that's really stout in his skull. He's fresh in his back as you study him up high and gets out and goes with comfortability and ease, and the young lady does an excellent job showing him great in terms of skin and hair and presentation. Between 2 and 3, I think it just comes down to just comfort and ease and flexibility. Young man's barrel right here in front of me is going to go ahead and be second. He's more comfortable at the ground as you study him off both ends of his skeleton. He gets out and goes with more flexibility and ease, and as you study him up high, he's leveling down his top line. Where he gets beat, he doesn't have as much power and muscle and width as the one that wins the particular drive, but an attractive, good-looking barrel to be there in second. Young lady's barrel here in third, that rounds out the class. Big-footed, really heavy structured, really bold and deep through the center portion of his skeleton. I just like to see this guy get out and go with a little bit more flexibility and ease. Looks like he's getting a little bit softer in his passions up front, a little bit more hesitant here in the ring. But I just like to see him get out and go. But young lady's doing a nice job showing him, even though he's starting to struggle a little bit. Let's go ahead and put our hands together and congratulate these exhibitors.
Okay, in our second class, the heavyweight market barrels. First place in the blue goes to Cameron Goshorn. Second place in the blue to Lane Larson. Third place in the red to Reese Anderson. We are now ready for the drive for our champion heavyweight market barrel. Braden Finneran had the class winner out of our class 1. Drive him out now, and Braden's barrel weighed 279 pounds. Second place in class 1 was Carly Goshorn. In our second class, just completed, first place belonged to Cameron Goshorn on the barrel weighing 288 pounds, and second place to Lane Larson. So we're now driving for our heavyweight champion crossbred market barrel.
Are you going to ask me? Did you see Bunny?
We're dropping both these class winners, and I talked about each one of them in class, so not going to break each of them down. Both exhibitors do an excellent job showing them, and they're well presented out here in the ring. I think there's one of them just stouter in terms of foot and bone and skeleton. As you study him up high, he's got more width and power and freshness as you study him on the top side of his skeleton. Young lady right here in front of me, she'll be your champion heavyweight barrel. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Cameron Goshorn for her champion heavyweight crossbred market barrel, the winner of Class 2 in the heavyweight division. Coming out now will be Lane Larson with his second place pig out of the second class drive. So we're now selecting for reserve champion heavyweight crossbred market barrel. And those in the ring are Lane Hansen and Braden Finneran. Lane Larson, excuse me.
We drop in that second place barrel, and one I just like to give them more spread and as you study them up high, but one that really gets out and goes and travels well within the ring. I'm going to go ahead and use young man's barrel right here in front of me, reserved. Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Braden Finneran on his reserve champion heavyweight market barrel. Okay, Kevin, we're now ready for the overall champion barrel drive. So we will need the following pigs. From our lightweight division, Briley Scheckinger had our champion lightweight barrel. So Briley, please bring your pig to the ring. Briley Scheckinger, bring your champion middleweight, or excuse me, champion lightweight market barrel, and Macy Gosshorn, please bring your reserve champion lightweight market barrel. In the middleweight division, Riley Obrecht, please bring your middleweight champion market barrel, and Zoe Reffert with the reserve. And our class just completed will stay in the ring. Our champion heavyweight cross is Cameron Gosshorn, and reserve is Braden Finneran.
We'll leave you out, Riley. Anywhere over there?
They all look the same to me. Pink and black. Tag tape.
Okay, we're now driving for the Grand Champion Crossbred Market Barrel here at the Shelby County Fair. And again, in the lightweight division, our champion lightweight belonged to Briley Scheckinger. Briley, raise your hand. And reserve champion was Macy Gosshorn. Macy, raise your hand over on the south side here. In our middleweight champion, champion middleweight crossbred barrel, Riley Obrecht. Riley. And reserve champion was Zoe Reffett. And in our heavyweight division, our champion heavyweight barrel, Cameron Gosshorn. Cameron, raise your hand. And Braden Finneran over here was reserved. Braden? Let's give all of our exhibitors a nice round of applause for our Grand Champion Crossbred Market Barrel. Our 3 division winners in the ring, and our judge, Greg Cron, is selecting his Grand Champion Market Barrel from these 3.
Well, congratulations to all these division winners. And, you know, as Craig mentioned, my brother and I raised some pigs back home in Wisconsin. And my wife's family, they're getting ready to show some barrows here in 2 weeks at their county and then go on to the state fair. And we were just at state level show they had last weekend. So I know how tough it is. There's a lot of things that go on, not just the cost of everything right now, but just in terms of health and keeping these pigs going, and for them to keep eating throughout the summer when it was such a cold and wet spring we had, then the heat turned on and it's been so hot this summer. I know it's been really challenging, and I know at any point, the wheels can fall off the bus, but these exhibitors have done an excellent job out here today, and you can tell how much time and effort they spend at home getting these pigs ready. Skin and hair is to T. They're excellent in terms of presentation, and they're ready to roll. So congratulations and hats off to all of them. I talked about each one of them in class, and I talked about all of them in division, so I'm not going to go in and break each one of them down. I think it's a really good set in here, and as you talk about market hog fundamentals, hogs that are sound and comfortable, yet has an attractive look from the side, and get out and go and do an excellent job out here. I think there's one of them I just hit me so hard when he came in the ring and continues to motor and is comfortable and flexible. Young lady right here in front of me, our champion barrel. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Riley Obrecht on her champion overall crossbred barrel. We now need our reserve champion in the heavyweight division coming to the ring, and that pig belongs to Zoe Reffett. So congratulations, Riley Obrecht, on her grand champion crossbred market barrel.
We're bringing that second place barrel out of that division, and I talked about that one, just being so good from the side and being comfortable at the ground, and yet is still attractive from the side. She has good shape. I'm going to go ahead and follow her up, and she'll be a reserve champion. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Zoe Reffett on her reserve champion market barrel overall. Reserve champion market barrel. Zoe's barrel was reserve champion in the heavyweight division. So Riley Obrecht has the grand champion crossbred market barrel, and Zoe Reffett has the reserve grand champion crossbred market barrel. Congratulations to that pair of girls on a good drive. We are now ready for showmanship. Senior swine showmanship. Senior swine showmanship. Those exhibitors are Riley Obrecht, Reese Anderson, Delaney Gosshorn, Cale Gosshorn, Braden Finneran, Brayton Scheckinger, and Brian Scheckinger. Bring your senior showmanship competition class, bring your pigs to the ring at this time.
Everybody needs to show proof.
A total of 7 exhibitors.
At least he didn't call you squirt.
Yeah, I said
You sneak in just one.
no, we've been sitting over there and I saw you ringing.
Okay, we got a little time here, so we have another question for the crowd quiz. So Carl and Beverly, be ready here. Which of the following breeds of swine did not originate in the United States? Which of the following breeds of swine did not originate in the United States? And your options are Berkshire, Poland China, Duroc, or Chester White. Which one did not originate in the United States?
You know them?
Chester's or Pennsylvania.
One of Berkshire.
Say one more time. Berkshire, Poland China, Duroc, or Chester White.
An Ohio brand.
Raise your hand,
Look
Greg.
at me. Berkshire.
Craig. There, Linda. So how are you?
Are you showing today?
Horses are tomorrow. How's on Sunday?
Yeah, what time for it?
Like at 10. Yorkshire in the morning before that.
Beverly. Berkshire is the correct answer. Berkshire. Ooh, north side is closing in. So, Berkshires originated in England from the Shire of Berk, and they were favored for their meat quality, and they continue to be favored for that today with their meat quality lines. And that's also the oldest registry in the United States. The oldest swine registry in the United States. Shire should have given it away. The Shire of Berk.
Selected out top 4 here in our senior showman, and gonna go ahead and rework those, but we'll go ahead and excuse the other 3 from the ring. I think the 4 that get selected, just hit me really hard when they came into the ring. Great job in terms of eye contact and intensity, yet continue to have their pig in the middle of the ring. Let's go ahead and put our hands together as the other 3 exhibitors exit the ring.
How are you today? Old.
Okay, another question for the crowd quiz here, and we'll make this quick. Again, multiple choice. What's the ideal weight of a live market hog in the United States today? The ideal weight of a live market hog. 165 pounds, 240 pounds, 290 pounds, or 215 pounds?
What do they like?
165, 240, 290, or 215?
290. Is that what it is? I go in hogs.
Hey, Northside, got an answer?
290. 215.
Bev, what's your answer? Oh, correct answer is 290. So we are tied, Carl. Your team is coming together, man.
They got them fixed there.
All tied up. Remember, huge prizes at the end. Just huge prizes. So.
Cody and Harry are taking it. I guess Cody and Harry, they're going to stay with Seth. I think this Ronnie will stay out here. She was going to go the other pair of putting her bottle cap and stuff. She gave me this one kid. You guys get done last night. Clean everything up. Oh, it's a bad day.
Be right back.
Oh, yeah, market. Market goes in every for garage. Who's one you want? You want maybe?
Let's go ahead and give a round of applause for these 4 senior showmen out here. Went ahead and asked them some questions. I don't think anything too challenging. You just asked them, tell me about your pig. What do you feed it? What would you change about it? Its ear notch. I also asked them, where's the bacon come from? All of them knew that. And the other question I asked all 4 of them did get wrong is, where's the Boston butt? Everyone kind of thinks butt, okay, comes back from the ham. It actually comes from the top side of the shoulder. So Boston butt, as you guys know, commonly known for pulled pork, things like that. But that's where that particular cut comes from. But regardless, they all kind of got questions wrong, so you kind of throw that out in terms of consideration for showmanship out here. But I think all 4 of them do an excellent job keeping their pig moving, great eye contact, giving the angles that they need. I think the champion, one of the things that this exhibitor does so well is you get towards the corners or the outside of the ring, it's not a plant and turn. You know, when you do a hard cut like that with a pig, it takes that pig a couple more steps to look comfortable again. What this exhibitor does is takes those nice gradual turns and continues to have that pig motor and look good out here. This young exhibitor does such an excellent job doing that within this drive. I love the intensity and eye contact. That's the style that I like, but yet still not wearing out that pig. That's so important not to stress that pig out. It's such a fine balance, but the really good showmen do an excellent job showing that. There's one showman out here I think continues to do an excellent job from the start and continues to impress me out here. Our champion drive, young lady right here in front of me will be your champion. Congratulations to her. As we talk about reserve, I think it comes very close between the other 3. I think where this exhibitor gets be maybe a little bit more stop and go at times, just not keeping that pig moving at all times, but continues to do an excellent job. Young lady with the painted up gills will be reserved. Congratulations to her.
Okay, our champion senior swine showman is Riley Obrick and reserve champion Delaney Gosshorn. So champion Riley Obrick, reserve Delaney Gosshorn. Let's give them a nice round of applause in our senior showmanship competition. We are now ready for our first class of lightweight market gilts. Gilts weighing between 234 and 246 pounds, and those exhibitors are Cale Gosshorn, Riley Obrick, Harley Gosshorn, and Cameron Gosshorn. Okay, we only have one class of lightweight market gilt, so our champion, or our class winner in this class, and will be our champion lightweight market gilt, and our second place winner in this class will be the reserve champion lightweight market gilt. And we will dismiss those gilts back to the barn when we bring in our next division of gilts. There is no middleweight competition in the market gilt, so we will have, after the conclusion of our lightweight drive, we will have the heavyweight drive. Yeah, we will hold our lightweight and reserve lightweight champion gilt. At the conclusion of our lightweight champion gilt drive, we will call for the heavyweight market gilt drive, so be on deck and ready. Delaney Gosshorn, Cale Gosshorn, Riley Scheckender, and Cale Gosshorn. So that is your heavyweight market gilt division.
Very far away, or That didn't take very much fun either. I don't know. I'm pretty lucky we haven't had
Nice class here in our first class at Market Guilds, and young lady right here in front of me is going to go ahead and win this particular class. I like this guild just in terms of comfort and flexibility. You study it through her head and neck. She's stout skulled, she's level down her top, yet she's still fresh as you study her up high. Young lady does an excellent job showing this class winner here in this first class at Market Guilds. Young lady right here in front of me is going to go ahead and be second. Big-footed, really heavy structured, stout skulled kind of a guild. She's got a lot of spread and power up high as you study her. Really got a good fresh back into her. Just like to make her longer and more extend through the front 1/3 of her skeleton. One you got to appreciate for having some extra power and mass within this particular drive. The the guild that comes next here, young lady right here in front of me, really a stout skulled kind of a guild, one that's really lean as you study her up high. Where she gets beat, and I'm concerned about is as you step behind her, she gets outside of her framework, she wants to roll her right hop there. I just like to fix her from a feet and leg standpoint to move up any higher. One you got to appreciate for having some added muscle and power within this particular drive. Young man's guild that rounds out the class, one that's sound and flexible, just like to give her more body as you study her through the center portion of her body. Just give her more feel in order to compete in this class. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors in our first class of Market Guilds.
Okay, the results of our lightweight division crossbred market guilds. Champion lightweight crossbred market guild, Riley Obricht. Reserve champion, Cameron Gosshorn. Third place in the blue to Carly Gosshorn, and fourth place with the red to Cale Gosshorn. We are now ready for our heavyweight market guild drive. Heavyweight market guild weighing between 252 and 304 pounds. Delaney Gosshorn, Cale Gosshorn, Briley Scheckinger, and Cale Gosshorn again. Please bring your heavyweight market guilds to the ring at this time. There is a scratch on exhibitor number 97, pig 974. Macy Gosshorn is a scratch. So we have a total of 4 in this class. Okay, quick question for the crowd quiz. We'll make this fast. And whoever gets the closest is the winner. What is the ideal loin eye area in square inches of a 290-pound market hog? What is the ideal loin eye in square inches of a 290-pound market hog for the industry today? And the closest gets the point.
How about you, Morgan?
These guys, yeah.
I know.
Seven and a half.
Your side.
What do you think? 9.
The correct answer will be 7.5, because today the ideal loin eye size in a market hog should be around 7. There are a lot of loin eyes bigger than that in hog shows, a lot of them, but the ideal is closer to 7.
Nice class of market gilts, and young lady with the cheetah colored kind of painted up one is going to go ahead and win this class, and I think does so just in terms of feet and legs and soundness and flexibility and comfort. I love this gilt at the ground as you study her from there up high. You know, she's good in terms of her back shape. She balances up well from the side, yet she's stout in her skull, big-footed, really heavy structure. Young lady does an excellent job showing that particular gilt. Young lady right here in front of me is going to go ahead and be second. I really like this gilt from the side. Long and extended through the front 1/3 of her skeleton. She's leveled down her top and moves good from this side. And where it's a concern for me is you get in behind her and she wants to roll those hocks and get outside of herself. You like to fix her there, and that's where she gets beat. If you fix it there, I think things could get a little bit more interesting at the top. But one, I think, does an excellent job. Nice lady does a good job showing that particular gilt. Young man off to my left-hand side here is going to go ahead and be third. Does so just in terms from a composition standpoint. She's leaner as you study her up high. She gets out and goes with a lot of flexibility knees. Just like her leg are longer and more extended through the front 1/3 of her skeleton to move up any higher. The blue gilt that rounds out the class, one that's really bold and deep through the center portion of her body. She's got good spread as you study her up high. Just like to freshen her up in her top and like to make her longer and more extended through the front 1/3 of her skeleton. A nice class of market gilts. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, the results of our heavyweight market gilt competition. First place and champion heavyweight market gilt belongs to Delaney Gosshorn. Second place and reserve champion heavyweight market gilt belongs to Riley Scheckinger. Third place goes to Cale Gosshorn with the blue, and fourth place to Cale Gosshorn with a red. We are now ready for our selection of our champion and reserve champion. We're now ready for the selection of our grand champion and reserve grand champion market gilt. So the winner of the lightweight division was Riley Ulbricht, and she's driving out with the Belted Pig. And second in that class was Cameron Gosshorn. And on the heavyweight gilt class winner and champion in that division was Delaney Gosshorn. And reserve champion was Briley Scheckinger. So we are now selecting for our grand champion crossbred market gilt. We will follow up this selection with our next class, which will be the prospect market barrels, weighing less than 225 pounds, and Zoe Reffett.
Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these two division winners out here. So I talked about in the champion barrel drive, skin and hair and presentation, is so critical now, and these exhibitors do an excellent job showing them. You can tell they've worked so hard with them at home and are perfect, are clipped to a T and great in terms of condition and the way they look. And both these exhibitors do an excellent job showing out here. As we get in and talk about the gilts, both of them are comfortable as you study them off both ends of their skeleton. Yet they're still stout in terms of their composition, or in terms of their skeleton, and still right in their composition. There's one of them I keep on going back to, just so good in so many areas and puts a lot of good things together. A young lady from the second class will be our champion. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Delaney Gosworn on the Grand Champion Crossbred Market Gilt. We now need to see Briley Scheckinger's Reserve Champion Heavyweight Market Gilt, and he is vying for Reserve Grand Champion Crossbred Market Gilt.
We're dropping the second place gilt out of that heavy division. I talked about that one being really good from the side as you study her up high. It's where you get in behind her and you study her going away. It's a concern for me. I need to fix her there going away to compete a little bit closer. And as a result, going to go ahead and use the lightweight one to be reserved. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Briley Obrink on our Reserve Champion Crossbred Market Gilt. So let's recap here. Our Grand Champion Market Crossbred Gilt belongs to Delaney Gosworn, and the Reserve Grand Champion Crossbred Market Gilt to Riley Obrink. We are now ready for the Prospect Market class, and Kevin Gosworn, our show superintendent, says we're going to show all these pigs in the same class, regardless of sex, because these are prospect pigs that weigh less than 225 pounds. So if I call your name, please come to the ring at this time. Zoe Reffett, Lane Larson, Carly Gosworn, and Zoe Reffett with another entry. These pigs range in weight from 202 to 211 pounds. This is a prospect market hog class.
Find your what you're looking for?
There was got all that scooter feed. He was out there at the tail
Okay, another crowd quiz question. We have a little time here waiting for some entries. The term PSY, P/S/Y stands for what in swine production? PSY. In the ring now is our prospect pigs. These pigs do not make minimum weight to drive the champion, but we are allowing them to show in the prospect
I've never had any of them, I
class.
guess. These are pretty good, I guess.
PSY, south side,
Huh?
north side.
Let's see what all these are.
No Googling, no Googling here. No answers? The correct answer is pigs per sow per year. PSY, pigs per sow per year.
Thank you.
No, I'm good.
They're tasty, aren't they? That's that little store up there. Kids up
Nice class of lightweights here. We've got 3 gilts and a barrow in this particular drive. And you can go ahead and use the barrow. Young man shown right here in front of me to win this particular class. Big-footed, really heavy structured, stout new skull. As you set him up high, he's still got a good shape to him. Really just gets out and goes with a lot of flexibility and ease, and I think that's where he's got the advantage in this particular drive. Young lady's gilt there in second. The one right here in front of me is going to be second. One that's square off both ends of her skeleton. She's good in terms of her composition, extended through her head and neck. She just wants to tighten up off both ends of her skeleton. Just like to see her plant and drive and go with a little bit more comfort and ease and flexibility within this drive to move up any higher. Young lady right here in front of me is going to go ahead and be third. Big body, kind of a hog, really got a good shape to her. Just like to make her more extended through the front 1/3 of her skeleton. Just like to fix her from a feet and leg standpoint. Young man's gilt that rounds out the class. One that gets out and goes with some flexibility. Just like to open that gilt up. Just like to make her bolder through her center body and rib. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for the exhibitors in this particular class.
Okay, our champion, or first place prospect pig belongs to Zoe Reffert, and our in Zoe Reffert as well. We have all blue ribbons in this prospect class, all blues.
I thought somebody texted you that way to go down.
I did, but I didn't see it.
We are now ready for our first class of gilts and barrows, Duroc market swine. Duroc market swine. We're ready for our lightweight class of Duroc market swine. Those exhibitors are Nicole Hansen, Cale Gosshorn, Blakely Fatka, and Macy Gosshorn. And Delaney Gosshorn is an add-on. This is a purebred Duroc market class. And we'll have a heavyweight class of purebred Duroc market hogs as well. This is the lightweight class.
Yeah, I know.
That's pretty good.
If you have a heavyweight Duroc market pig, be thinking about getting that pig prepared and ready because it won't take long for this lightweight class. So if you got a heavyweight pig, Carter Goshorn, Braden Finneran, and Cameron Goshorn, get that pig prepared for the ring, and we'll be calling it shortly.
I knew everybody's saying somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, oh, hey, man, you know, horseshoe.
Nice class of purebreds here, and not only the biggest class we've had so far today, but I'd say the deepest. You know, as you go down the line here and you evaluate these top three, all of them represent quality. I'm going to go ahead and use the young ladies barrel right here in front of me to win this particular drawing. In terms of foot and bone and skeleton, I like this barrel a lot. He's really big-footed, heavy structured. He's so comfortable on the move, and yet where he wins is you get on top of him. He's got good spread as you study him up high, and yet he's still fresh in his back shape. I like that barrel quite a bit to win this particular drive. Young lady's barrel right here, or barrel in front of me, is going to be second. A really big-footed, big-bladed kind of a hog, really stout in his skull. He's level down his top. Is when you get in behind him and you study him up high, there's just not enough there. Like to give him more spread in his top, just like to freshen him up in his back shape. But one from the side, you got to appreciate a lot of things. Young lady does a nice job showing the barrel that comes out here in third, big-footed, heavy structured, really good in terms of stoutness of skull. I like to lay back in his shoulder. Just like to see him get out and go with a little bit more comfort and flexibility to move up any higher. Young man's barrel that comes out next, big-footed, heavy structured, really kind of a big-bodied kind of a barrel in this drive. Just like to fix him from a feet and leg standpoint. He wants to get a little bit uncoordinated in his hip and hind leg. Young lady's barrel that rounds out the class, big-bodied, really barrel that's opened up off both ends of his skeleton. Just like to fix him up from a composition standpoint, move him any higher. A nice class of purebreds. Let's go ahead and give our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, here are the results of our first class, lightweight class of purebred market Duroc barrels. First place belongs to Delaney Goshorn with the blue. Second place to Nicole Hansen with the blue. Third place to Macy Goshorn with the blue. Fourth place to Gail Goshorn with the red. And fifth place to Blakely Fatka with the red. We are now ready for our second class of purebred market Duroc barrels. We are now ready for our second class of Duroc market barrels, heavyweights. Pigs weighing between 256 and 273. And the exhibitors are Carly Goshorn, Braden Finneran, and Cameron Goshorn. Okay, quick question for the quiz here. Crowd quiz. What state is our judge a native of? What state is our judge a native of? Where was he born and raised? North side?
Minnesota.
Okay, the correct answer is Wisconsin. He was born and raised in Wisconsin. So, north side, you're really crushing me. You're not listening to me today. I've said that 3 times now. You're just not listening to me. That really hurts.
Kirkman. Where'd you get that fancy handle for your stick? Been in my barn.
Okay, 2 more coming in. That'll complete our heavyweight Duroc market hog class.
That's a good club, too.
Yeah, it's PVC. Pitbull stuff.
Yeah, there you
I do a
go.
lot of walking.
Yep. But it works, don't it?
Yeah, it does. It's got a good long reach. Yep.
At the conclusion of our champion Duroc market hog, Kevin, am I correct? We'll go right into our overall supreme champion, or overall champion market hog. So, at the conclusion of our champion Duroc market hog, we will have the supreme champion overall market hog, and we will need the champion gilt of Delaney Gosshorn, the reserve champion gilt of Riley Obrecht, the champion barrow of Riley Obrecht, and the reserve champion barrow of Zoe Reffett up to the ring. So Delaney and Riley and Zoe, you'll want to be getting your pigs ready because we're about ready to name our champion Duroc.
Horse action going on.
Nice class of Durocs here in our second class, and young man's barrel right here in front of me is going to go ahead and win this class. I like this barrel a lot. Big-footed, really heavy structured. He's opened up as you study him through the center portion of his body. Yeah, when you get on top of him, he's fresh in his back shape and he's square and true down to the ground as you study him going away. Young man does an excellent job showing him that's a nice barrel to win this particular drive. Young lady in the green shirt's going to go ahead and be second. Big-footed, really heavy structured, a stout skulled barrel, one that gets out and goes with some flexibility, just like to freshen him up in his back shape, to give him a little bit more spread as you study him up high, but from the side, one you got to appreciate a lot of things about. Young lady's a nice job showing the barrel that rounds out the class, one that's big in terms of his center body, just like to stout him up in his feature and give him a little bit more shape and freshness as you study him up high. A nice class here. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for those exhibitors.
Okay, here's the results of our heavyweight class of purebred market Duroc barrows. First place belonged to Braden Finneran, second place to Cameron Gosshorn, and third place to Carly Gosshorn. So we're now ready for the selection of our champion purebred market hog, which happens to be a champion purebred Duroc market hog barrow. And our winner out of our lightweight class was Delaney Gosshorn. Delaney, go ahead and drive your barrel out. And this was an add-on to the class. And our second place in this class was Nicole Hansen. Nicole, raise your hand over here on the south side. And then in the class just completed, we have the first place heavyweight Duroc barrow belonging to Braden Finneran, and our second place Duroc barrow to Cameron Gosshorn on the south side. So our judge, Ray Cron, is in the process of selecting our champion and reserve champion purebred market barrow, all of them which are Duroc this year. This is the biggest purebred show we've had at the Shelby County Fair that I can remember.
That's great to hear. Purebreds, as Craig mentioned, the biggest you guys have had. You know, there's a lot of great things going on right now with the industry, with the NJSA and Team Purebred, and all the shows that are going on throughout the country, and gives kids more opportunities to show pigs. You know, and obviously it's not a cheap investment to go to some of those shows. So be able to show them at multiple events and a great thing for purebred livestock. Durocs are near and dear to my heart. They've always been a favorite of mine. Whenever I was shown, and during my time at Iowa State, managed a swine teaching farm there. We had a strong Duroc program there as well. So good to see purebreds here, and even closer to me, good to see some good Durocs out here. We talked about each one of these class winners within their particular class, and you drop them out here, and both of them represent quality. They're opened up on both ends. Their skeleton, they're good in terms of their feet and legs. They're right in terms of their composition, weight. Obviously, there's some differences here in terms of weight. I think they're obviously both acceptable in terms of consideration for our champion here. There's one of them I keep on going back to. Came out of a really deep class and continues to look awesome out here. Young lady out of the first class of your champion. Congratulations to her.
Okay, congratulations to Lady Gosworn on her champion purebred Duroc market hog. We are now ready to select for reserve, and Nicole Hansen, we need to have you come out in second place in our first class. So now we have Nicole and Braden driving for reserve champion Duroc market hog.
We bring out that second place barrel out of that first class. It's so attractive and good looking from the side, big footed, really heavy structure. I just like to see that guy have more spread up high. And you compare him back to the heavyweight. The heavyweight, he's bold, he's opened up, he's so big chested, got so much power, and goes and still can move in a comfortable and sound package. He'll be a reserve champion. Congratulations to him.
Okay, reserve champion purebred Duroc market hog belonging to Braden Finneran. So now we are ready for the selection of our supreme champion overall market hog. Kevin, are you going to pin these as they come in and drive them out? So go into the pins. Our champion gilt. As you enter the ring, take a pin, please. Our champion market gilt, Delaney Gosworn. Reserve champion Riley Obrecht, put both those gilts in pins. Champion crossbred barrel Riley Obrecht. Reserve champion Zoe Reffitt. Champion Duroc market hog Delaney Gosworn. And reserve champion Braden Finneran.
Yep.
We have 3 market champion division winners, as you know, champion gilt, champion barrel, and champion purebred. So our judge will be selecting the supreme champion market hog overall and the reserve supreme champion market hog. And this carries a little more clout than it used to as far as going forward, because the Supreme Champion Market Hog at the Shelby County Fair will represent Shelby County at the Best of the West Shootout, which is a total of 9 counties. Their champions will be in Denison, Iowa at a future date, and they'll select a champion Best of the West Shootout. And then the winner of that competition will go to location in Iowa, and it'll be a champion shootout barrel overall from the state. So Shelby County will be represented with our supreme champion at the shootout to be held in Denison. And then if that pig goes ahead and wins that pig would go on to compete at the state level against all the shootout champions. So this is something relatively new. Okay, we are ready. We started with the, let's start with the champion, grand champion market crossbred barrel. Riley Obrecht, drive your pig out, please. And reserve champion, we'll leave it the pin, but we want to recognize Zoe Reffitt. Our grand champion crossbred market gilt, Delaney Gosworn. Reserve grand champion market gilt, Riley Obrecht. Our grand champion purebred market hog, Duroc, Delaney Gosworn. And the reserve Grand Champion Duroc Market Hog, Braden Finneran. So we have our champion Duroc belonging to Delaney Gosshorn, our champion Crossbred Gilt also belonging to Delaney Gosshorn, and our champion Crossbred Barrow belonging to Riley Obrecht. So at the conclusion of the fair, somebody said, who won the Shelby County Hog Show? The selection right here is what they're talking about. Supreme Grand Champion Market Hog that will represent Shelby County at the Best of the West Shootout in Denison, Iowa. So I think we need to give Delaney with 2 entries and Riley Obrecht and all our second place winners a big, big round of applause in this championship round. Been an excellent hog show here this morning so far. And again, our judge is Greg Cron from Rochester, Minnesota. No stranger to the show ring, no stranger to the swine industry. Greg is a graduate of Western Illinois with his undergraduate degree, and Iowa State with his master's and PhD. And he was the manager of the Iowa State Swine Teaching Farm, and he was on the judging team when he was at Western Illinois. And while at Iowa State, he also taught several classes when he was getting his PhD degree. And he's done a fine job here today. Again, let's give our judge a nice round of applause before he selects our champion.
Well, thank you, Craig, and I appreciate the opportunity coming out today. It's been an awesome market hog show, and you know, I'm not a big person to give a big long-winded speech. I don't want to make it about myself. It's all about the kids, and you guys have a phenomenal set of young people and showmen here in Shelby County. You should be very proud of all those around ringside and helping the FFA teachers, the breeders, the parents, everyone involved. I know it's tough. There's a lot of things going on right now in the world, and you know, we're here today, and there's no better place than to be at a hog show. The one piece of advice I always tell people, if you're passionate about the industry, there's a lot of opportunities out there, and the one thing I would say is work hard and surround yourself with good people, and great things will happen, and I promise you that. And you guys have a phenomenal set of young people here at Shelby County, and you know, it's an honor to be selected in the champion. As Craig mentioned, you'd be able to go on and compete, and all 3 of these are deserving and are in consideration for the champion. There's just one of them I keep on going back to as that one hit the ring and continues to excel out here. Pig's been in the ring, I don't know, 5 times now, 6 times now, and continues to travel and motor and be an athlete out here. Young lady Crossbred will be your champion. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Riley Obrecht, the Supreme Champion Overall Market Hog at the Shelby County Fair. This pig was also Champion Market Barrow. Riley will represent Shelby County at the Best of the West Shootout. We need to have our reserve champion Market Barrow, Zoe Reffitt, who's out in the ring now, as we select for reserve Supreme Champion Market Hog.
We dropped that reserve in here, and very fitting in our champion drive, and fits the type and kind, and young lady does an excellent job showing in terms of skin and hair and presentation. One more time, let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors. I'll go shake the hand of the reserve champion.
Congratulations to Zoe Reffitt on our reserve Supreme Champion Market Hog. Zoe's pig was also reserve champion Market Barrow. So we got Riley Obrecht for the Supreme Grand Champion Market Hog and Zoe Reffitt for reserve. Congratulations to the 2 girls on a job well done. We are now ready for intermediate swine showman. Intermediate swine showman, please come to the ring at this time. And those exhibitors are Cheyenne Obrecht, Macy Gosshorn, Cameron Gosshorn, Carly Gosshorn, and Lane Larson. Intermediate swine showman to the ring at this time. Helping us out here today at the Swine Show is the Shelby County Fair Royalty. These young ladies competed in the Fair Queen competition, and they were crowned last night. And the first person I want to visit with is Mallory Mulligan, who is the 2022 Shelby County Fair Queen. Mallory, tell me who your parents are, what club you represent, and where you are in school.
My parents are Andy and Tiffany Mulligan, and I'm representing the Northwest Leaders 4-H Club. I just graduated from Harlan High School, and this fall I will be attending Iowa State University for accounting.
Iowa State County. Go Clones, right? Good job. Okay, Mallory, what projects are you bringing to the fair, or have you brought to the fair, and how'd you do on those?
I brought 6 static projects. All of them were considered, and I had 2 go to state. I also participated in the clothing event, which we will find out Saturday, as well as the pie and muffin auction, and I'll be showing a rabbit tomorrow.
Sounds like you're busy. That's our 2022 Shelby County Fair Queen, Mallory Mulligan. So our Shelby County Fair Princess, which I think they call that first runner-up, okay? She is Sydney O'Neill. And Sydney, tell us about who your parents are, what club you're representing, and what you brought to the fair.
My parents are Tim and Jennifer O'Neill, and I was representing the Center Commerce 4-H Club. This fall, I'll be attending UNI for elementary education.
Very good. So you graduated from what school?
Harlan.
And what did you bring to the fair for project?
I brought 4 static exhibits, and 1 went to state, and I'm actually showing a horse on Saturday.
Very good, thank you. And our other Queen Court candidate is Sammy Whaling. And Sammy, the same questions here, your parents and the club you represent, and what you brought to the fair.
Hi, I'm Sammy Whaling. My parents are Joel and Sherry Whaling. I just graduated from AHSTW High School. I'm planning on going to the University of Nebraska at Omaha in the fall, and I'm representing the Shelby Trailblazers 4-H Club. And I brought a few static exhibits. 1 got considered, but the rest got blues. And as well as doing the clothing event, which we'll find out on Sunday.
Very good. Thank you so much, Sammy. So Mallory Mulligan, the Fair Queen, Sydney O'Neill, the Princess, and Sammy Whaling, the Princess. Let's give our royalty a nice big round of applause and thank them for helping us out here at the Hog Show. I want to reiterate what Greg said earlier before he selected his champions, that it takes a lot of volunteers to make a hog show like this run smoothly, and it does. And we want to give special thanks to Kevin Gosshorn, our swine superintendent. Kevin has shown hogs here since he was a 9-year-old kid, and been involved in hogs in one way or another most of his life. He does an excellent job as swine superintendent, and we certainly want to thank everyone up here who are taking all the records and the queens for handing out all the ribbons and awards and trophies. And certainly we want to thank all the people back here pushing pigs up and helping us keep the show moving smoothly. There's just an awful lot of volunteers, the ring help. We appreciate all of you for your hard work. Let's give all of the help and volunteers a nice big round of applause.
Yeah, I want to thank again too Craig Olson, who does the announcing for us. Craig, you know how many years you've done it? 38 years that he's been announcing the swine show, so please give Craig a big round of applause. I also want to thank the representation from our FFA groups. We got Kenny White here from Harlan, Christine Holloway from Harlan, and Jen Selner from Avoca. Please give them a hand. They've helped with weigh-in, and I've seen them around here a lot. So huge help for us. Ring help, I also want to thank Kenny, Joel Jacobson, Darren Peters, Mark Lytle, and all the help they've given us over the years. We really appreciate it, all right? And give them a big round. Thank you.
Yes, I have announced this show for 38 years, but it's important you realize I was 10 years old when I started doing it. Okay, Another quick question here while he's working this intermediate showmanship class. Crowd quiz. What is a realistic weaning weight at 21 days for a piglet? A realistic weaning weight in pounds for a 21-day-old pig. And the multiple choice answers are 13 pounds, 19 pounds, 25 pounds, or 30 pounds. Realistic weaning weight. 13, 19, 25, or 30.
Probably pretty heavy, I think. 19.
Okay, the correct answer is 13. 13 pounds. So Southside surges ahead by 3. There are sows that will make 19 pounders, Carl, but unfortunately they're far and few between. At the conclusion of our intermediate swine showman selection, we will start our pen of 3 market pen of 3 competition. There are 2 lightweight classes in the lightweight division, and if I call your name, you're in the first class of the crossbred market swine pen of 3. Blakely Fatka. Blakely Fatka with I'm sorry. Blakely Fatka has a pen of 3, and Macy Gosworth has a pen of 3. I'm sorry. Blakely and Macy will need your lightweight pens of 3 to the ring at the conclusion of our intermediate swine showman.
We're getting into our intermediate division here, and these 3 young ladies do an excellent job. I kind of had a chuckle to myself a little bit. So a few weeks ago, my wife and I did showmanship at a pretty big jackpot show up in Wisconsin. I get into one division, and there was about, I think, 55 people in that division, and we whittled it down to, I think there was the top 8 is what we had out there, and I didn't even think about it, and I shouldn't think about it, but also when I look, and there was all girls in the ring, and I know there's only 1 other boys in this division, but the girls right now, I would say, are kicking butt. So I don't know what the boys are doing, but you guys better kick it in gear, not just not picking on anyone here, but across the country. So kudos to these young ladies. They do a phenomenal job just in terms of skin and hair and presentation, eye contact and intensity. They do a phenomenal job. I think there's 3 really good showmen out here. I asked them some questions, kind of the same thing as the seniors did. The only different, I asked where the ham was, and all of them got that right, in the picnic shoulder, which is at the bottom of the shoulder there. So a really great division here in the intermediates. There's 2 of them that I keep going back to. Young lady with the blue bear will be champion. Young lady right here in front of me will be reserve. Congratulations to both of them.
Congratulations to Cheyenne Obrick, our champion intermediate swine showman, and congratulations to Macy Gosshorn, our reserve champion intermediate swine showman. Okay, as said before, we are ready for our two entries in our lightweight market swine pen of 3 class. Blakely Fatka and Macy Goshorn, please bring your lightweight pens of 3 to the ring at this time.
I know, I got something.
Okay, another quick one on the crowd quiz. Another quick one. What is our judge's wife's name? First name. I said it about 3 times. Okay, north side.
Bailey.
Bailey. Wow, both of you got it. You're listening to me. Bailey is correct. We will not be stopping for lunch. We're going to conclude the hog show before that because we're making really good time. Our judges move through the classes in good order. And we just keep those pigs coming up to the ring and have no delays, and we'll get out of here in good time for lunch. After we have selected our grand and reserve grand champion pen of 3, we will have the Willard J. Olson Memorial Award Swine Knowledge Bowl. We'll give the results of that. So if you participated in the Willard J. Olson Swine Memorial Award Knowledge Bowl, we want you to come to the ring after we have selected our champion, grand champion pen of 3 and reserve grand champion pen of 3. So please remember to get to the ring at that time.
Here in the pen of 3 division, had 2 entries in this particular class. The entry with the 3 Durocs, and then the Duroc and the 2 crosses. The pen of 3, we spent some time at Iowa State doing truckloads at the National Barrow Show. That was 6 individuals or 6 pigs that you had to put together, and So we had a lot of fun with that. It was challenging, you know, a good pen of 3 or a good truckload, you know, needs to represent quality, yet still be uniform in their type and kind. You know, there's some differences out here. I think one of them is just more uniform. They're so similar in terms of, you know, quality, and they all fit together very well. The young lady with the Duroc in the corner will be champion. I think those are just more uniform in their type and kind. They're still right in their composition. They're big bone. They're heavy structured. They move well. A really nice pen of 3 there. Nothing to take away against young ladies. Pen of 3 off to my left here. It's not a matter of, you know, a cross, 2 crosses and a Duroc. That's not in consideration, but just differences in type and kind. There's some differences in composition and things like that. So they just don't fit together quite as well. But a nice class of pen of 3 here. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, on the lightweight class of market pen of 3, first place in the blue to Blakely Fatka, and second place in the blue to Macy Gosshorn. We are now ready for our second class in the pen of 3 competition, the heavyweight division, and those exhibitors are Cameron Gosshorn, Carly Gosshorn, and Kale Gosshorn.
That help?
Wrong way, was it?
I know. I thought I was getting a little wet there.
Okay, at the conclusion of our pen of 3 competition, a little change here. We're going to do the junior showmanship before the Willard Olson Memorial Award presentation. So we're going to do junior showmanship at the conclusion of the pen of 3 competition. And if my program is correct, we only have 2 entries in that class, and that'd be Cooper Robinson and Blakely Fatka. So junior showmanship will follow our pen of 3 competition. In the ring now is our heavier weight class of pen of 3 entries: Cameron Gosshorn, Carly Gosshorn, and Kale Gosshorn. And the class previous to that was the lightweight pen of 3, and first place in the blue was Blakely Fatka, and second place in the blue was Macy Gosshorn.
Nice class pen of 3 here, and I think 3 entries that represent quality. As I talked about before, you know, pen 3 is a challenging thing to do. You want quality, you want uniformity, you want those pigs to fit together, not only just in terms of type and kind, but composition, and you know, obviously being then similar in weight and size plays a big effect as you look across and evaluate them. There's some differences within this particular class. I think there's one of them just so uniform, yet they still have quality. They're big-footed, they're heavy structured, yet they're so good in their composition. The young man at the end here is going to be your champion. Congratulations to him. I think this Pennant 3 is really uniform, big-footed, heavy structured, right in their composition. You know, you look at them right there, and pretty much all very equal in size and weight, and fit very well together, very well. Young lady will be second here. I think there's some pigs in there, maybe a little bit leaner compared to the one that wins the class, but a little bit differences in terms of size, and maybe just don't match up quite as well. And then the young lady that rounds out the class, just some differences there in terms of type and kind and size and uniformity. A really good class of Pennant 3. Let's put our hands together for those exhibitors.
You want the top two out?
Okay, here are the results of our heavyweight class, Pennant 3. Champion heavyweight division, Cale Goshorn. And reserve champion in this heavyweight division, Pennant 3, is Carly Goshorn. We are now ready to select our grand champion, Pennant 3, and we need Blakely Fatka in the ring with her lightweight champion, Pennant 3 entry, and we need Cale Goshorn in the ring with his heavyweight Pennant 3 division winner. So this is the Grand Champion Pennant 3 competition, and we will follow this up with the Junior Swine Showmanship.
First call for Junior Swine. Don't come out.
Let's put our hands together. Both of these exhibitors are Pennant 3 competition. Talked about both of them, you know, so uniform in size, and those pigs match together so well. It's a really very challenging thing to do, you know, at the show, but hats off to both those exhibitors. Both of them match up very well, I actually went back and looked at the reserves and considered that as well, so we don't need to drop those in, but I think there's one out here just a little bit better in terms of quality and composition. The young man with the crossbred Pennant 3 will be your champion. The young lady with the Duroc will be reserved. Congratulations to both those exhibitors.
Which one do you want to keep up in? You see 85 right here. Lock one down.
Congratulations, Cale Goshorn, on his Grand Champion Pennant 3 Market Hogs, and congratulations to Blakely Fatka on her Reserve Champion Pennant 3 Market Hogs. Let's give both Cale and Blakely a nice big round of applause for their champion and Reserve Champion Pennant 3.
Those two can go. Dad's got it.
As soon as the alleyways are cleared, we're going to call for our junior showmanship competition. There are two entries here, Cooper Robinson and Blakely Fatka. But we'll wait till the alleyways are clear and then bring your junior showmanship pigs up to the ring for the junior showmanship competition. Okay, customer quiz time. Carl, you got to organize the troops up here. You're slipping, man. You got to get them going. Okay, name a breed of swine that is white that has down ears, not erect ears, but down ears. A breed of swine that is white that has down ears. They both said landrace. That's correct. The other white breed would be Chester White with down ears. Okay, another quick one for the crowd quiz. ASF. stands for what? ASF stands for what? At the conclusion of the junior swine showman results, we will need to have everyone who participated in the Willard Olson Swine Knowledge Bowl come into the show ring. Everyone who participated, there is 15 of you who participated in the Willard J. Olson Swine Knowledge Bowl. We want you into the show ring for the award ceremony.
Let's put our hands together for both our junior showmen out here today. Both of them do an excellent job out here, and great eye contact and intensity, and very knowledgeable about their projects. Just ask them, kind of tell them about your pig, what do you feed them, what do you change about them, and both of them extremely knowledgeable, and you can tell that they're enjoying it and having fun and love showing pigs. Hats off to both of them. I think there's one of them just on a more consistent basis, a little bit more aggressive, not in a bad way, but more persistent, get that pig moving and going and give me the views I need. Young man will be your champion, young lady being reserved. Congratulations to both those exhibitors.
Okay, our champion junior showman, congratulations to Cooper Robinson, and our reserve champion to Blakely Patka. Congratulations to Cooper and Blakely. You bet. Nice round of applause there.
Good job, Blake.
Okay, we're ready for the Willard J. Olson Memorial Award for the Swine Knowledge Bowl. So if you participated in that, we would ask you to come to the ring at this time. If you participated in that, we would ask you to come to the ring at this time. Come on into the show ring. Okay. These are most of the participants of the Willard J. Olson Memorial Swine Contest for the Swine Knowledge Bowl. This award is given in memory of our father. My sister Becky is not here. She's up in Michigan with her husband and some grandkids. This is my sister Chris Olson Harmon and myself Craig Olson. Dad was very instrumental in the hog industry and in Shelby County and judged a lot of hog shows nationwide, and was a hog buyer for many years and also bred purebred livestock for many years, in addition to selling feed over a long career. But he had a real passion for livestock, but he had more of a passion for livestock people and a big passion for young people who were interested in the industry. So we would like to give the certificates for each division winner this year, and we actually had a tie for the top junior. The bottom ones, please. Bottom ones. Okay, and our tie for the junior award winners is Briley Kinkle and Hunter Kinkle. Briley and Hunter, can you step forward? Neither one of them are here? Okay, that's fine. We'll see that they get their awards. There was a tie. So for the top intermediate, and this was all ranked on the number correct on that 50-point quiz you took on Wednesday. The top intermediate winner is Cheyenne Obrey. Congratulations, Cheyenne. The top senior award winner is a name we've heard before, Delaney Gosshorn. Congratulations, Delaney. And we also have, since Shelby County has opened it up to all FFA members that touch Shelby County, their counties, we have a new entry this year, and Zoe Reffett got the top FFA alumni. Zoe, congratulations. And our overall champion this year wins this container and also a framed certificate, and you won this by 1 point. 1 point, and I triple checked it, and they were correct. Congratulations, Zoe Reffett. Okay, Delaney, 1 point. 1 point, Delaney. Delaney, I think, has won it a three-peat, right? Okay, so this year you got edged by 1 point. Congratulations, Zoe. Congratulations, all of you. We appreciate you taking the time to enter that contest. Let's get on with the hog show. Oh, picture, guys. Just stand right there. Just line up like you were. No, we are fine. All right, gotta get it closer. Hey, just to give you a little hint here, guys, go online and look for swine quizzes for jackpot shows and whatever. That's the way to study for this thing, because you're going to find a lot of the questions on those. Okay, Kevin, what are we up to now? We're ready for lightweight crossbred breeding gilts. Lightweight crossbred breeding gilts. You're going to call your name and come to the ring. Nicole Hansen, Cooper Robinson, Cameron Gosshorn, and Macy Gosshorn. Lightweight crossbred breeding gilts. These gilts weigh between 228 and 242 pounds.
Lightweight crossbred breeding gilts. Let's get the gilts started at this time. Turning right now, our lightweight crossbred
Yep, that was good. Is this her last one, maybe?
You're it, bud.
What, no more yet? Yeah, two wagons. He's not doing real well. What time's good
Let me get
No, not really.
He's supposed to get, Blake's supposed to get one. Like he sent 6.
Yeah.
I sent one batch of cages. I got another batch of cages.
Yeah.
Interesting class here in our first class of breeding gilts, and I say interesting because there's a lot of different types and kinds in here. There's concerns with all of them that I have out here, you know, and as you start to break them down, you really think about, you know, what's important for the breeding gilts, you know, gilts that are sound and flexible and comfortable. You know, you want them big-footed, heavy structured gilts. They'll have some center body and rib. You know, this is a lightweight division, so, you know, rib and body and that kind of thing and maturity is going to help these gilts as they get down the road. So you really have to focus on, you know, feet and legs at this point, and, you know, hope that they get some other pieces and change. You know, structure you can't change as they continue to mature. So, you know, as you start to break them down, I think there's kind of 2 of them that I was really looking at. The young man right here in front of me is going to be the class winner here. He's going to win this class. Big-footed, heavy structured, really sound and flexible, an extended gilt in her front 1/3. She's level down her top. Now I'll be the first to admit I would like to have this gilt have more center body. She's too tubular through her center portion of her body, but from other than that, you know, that's a really nice gilt. This blue gilt that right here in front of me is going to be second. This gilt hit me hard when she came into the ring, but as you start to break her down and look at her from a structure standpoint, I'm concerned. I like to lay her back in her shoulder, and as you get it behind her, she wants to roll her hocks, but you got to appreciate some nice things about her. She's deeper through the center portion of her body relative to our class winner. She's really stout in her skull, big-footed, heavy structured, just like the fixer in some places to move up any higher. Young lady right here in front of me is going to be third, big-bodied gilt, really good and sound and flexible, just like the stouten up in her footwork and feature to move up any higher. The young lady's gilt that rounds out the class, flexible gilt, just needs more center body, just like to stouten her up in her feature. A nice class here. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for these exhibitors.
Okay, the results of our first class of lightweight crossbred breeding gilts. First place goes to Cooper Robinson. Second place in the blue to Nicole Hansen. Third place in the blue to Macy Gosshorn. And fourth place in the red to Cameron Gosshorn. We are now ready for our Class 2 breeding gilts, middleweight. Class 2 middleweight breeding gilts. Let's bring those to the ring at this time. Reese Anderson, Brayton Scheckinger, Cheyenne Olbricht, and Reese Hansen with a second entry. So these gilts, Reese Anderson with a second entry. These gilts range in weight from 249 to 254 pounds. Middleweight class of breeding gilts. Reese Anderson with 2 entries, Brayton Scheckinger, and Cheyenne Olbricht. Let's bring those gilts to the ring.
Nice class of breeding gilts, and young lady on the far side in front of me here is going to go ahead and win this class. Big-footed, really heavy structured gilt. That stout in her skull. She's fresh in her back, as you said here. She's good in terms of her center body. She gets out and goes and is flexible and wide and still square, as you said here, off both ends of her skeleton. She balances up very well from the side. Really nice class winner here to win this particular class. I think it comes very close between the one here and second. That's going to be second in this class. Very similar in terms of typing, kind of our class winner. Opened up, really square off both ends, really good in terms of her center body. I just like to fix her front end, make her longer and more extended, clean her up through her head and neck and jaw there. But from there on back, there's a lot of good pieces that young lady could use if she tries to take it home and use it for a breeding piece. Does an excellent job showing it. Young lady's blue gilt in front of me is going to be third, really long and extended gilt. When that gets out and goes with a lot of flexibility and ease, she just gets too flat in her overall makeup. Just like to blow her up in terms of her center body and rib, just give her more width off both ends of her skeleton. Young man's gilt that rounds out the class, big-footed, heavy structured, just needs more center body, just needs blown up as you study her off both ends. A nice class of breeding gilts. Let's put our hands together for those exhibitors.
Okay, here are the results of our intermediate or middleweight class of breeding gilts. First place blue belongs to Cheyenne Olbricht. Second place in the blue to Reese Anderson. Third place in the blue to Reese Anderson, and fourth place in the red to Braden Scheckinger. We are now ready for our heavyweight breeding gilt class. There is an additional entry in this class, so those exhibitors in this class are Blakely Fatka, Delaney Gosshorn, Macy Gosshorn, and Braden Finneran. Yeah, 258 to 274 pounds in our heavyweight breeding gilt class.
How's it going so far?
Okay, did we ever answer the question, what does ASF stand for? I don't think we did.
We can get enough people around.
You got it?
Get enough help.
No answer. The correct answer is African swine fever. So the north side, Carl, you're coming back, man. African swine fever. The score is now north side 8, south side 10.
Yeah, and the concert. They still have the
all your
concert
wife's
there.
fault. She was nudging, you were saying
It's
no.
so easy just to,
You can blame
but
her.
everybody's got opinions.
And then of course your son
Right?
got a hold of it.
Most of us thought that was a good idea down there.
Isn't it great to have friends?
You already got it there. All I do is bring some places. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Another quick question while we're waiting for the class. The #1 consumed meat in the world is? The #1 consumed meat in the world is? Northside, what's the #1 consumed meat in the world?
Bacon.
Pork. Both got it correct. Pork.
Yeah, make it work.
That's where they used to have.
That's the way it always used to be. Where everybody had them out and worked with them. First day out, and away you go. She's got a cool day for this. She's got cool. Oh. Here comes a hard working fair board member. He ain't just sitting on his butt like others. Yeah. Yeah. Ours are all bent up from hauling that way.
She come through here a while back.
One's down on the end of the arena and then Dylan's over here.
Okay, another quick quiz question for the crowd. This is a quick one. There is a genetic term for an animal called an F1. That is not only true in hogs, it's in all species. What is an F1?
First time cross.
First time cross.
Your red, white.
First time cross. First time cross.
It is the first cross between two purebred animals. First cross. So if you bred a Chester White to a Duroc, you would have an F1 Chester Duroc cross.
You guys have anything showing this summer? No. The girls all, we're done. Done graduating.
Okay, quick question again.
No more. If I get time, I'm going to try and break a baby calf to really stay fair. I got him ready.
Nice class of breeding guilds here, and young man is going to go ahead and win
on the halter and wean, and we're good.
win this particular class. Big-footed, really heavy structured, really a stout featured gilt. She's opened up off both ends of her skeleton. She's good down at the top line. She's bold through the center portion of her body. Balances up extremely well from the side. Young man does an excellent job showing that gilt. Young lady right here in front of me is going to be second. Gilt that's very similar in terms of type and kind to the one that wins the class. Stout in her feature, really attractive through her front 1/3. just gets a little bit plainer in her shape as you study her up high. Just like to see that gilt have a little bit more reach as she plants and drives and goes. Young lady's gilt in front of me is going to be third. Really a gilt that's long and extended through her front 1/3. Great in terms of her center body, really bold in her rib cage. Just like to stouten her up at her foot just to be able to match how much power she has up high. Young lady's gilt that rounds out the class, one that's long bodied, gets out and goes with some flexibility, just gets flatter and overall makeup. A nice class of breeding gilts. Let's put our hands together for those exhibitors.
Congratulations on our heavyweight breeding gilt class. Braden Finneran, a gilt weighing 274 pounds, his first blue. Second place blue, Delaney Gosshorn. Third place blue, Lacey Gosshorn. And fourth place blue, Blakely Fatka. We are now ready for the selection of our champion crossbred breeding gilt. Champion crossbred breeding gilt. Lightweight division winner. We had Cooper Robinson. Middleweight division winner, Cheyenne Obrecht. And heavyweight division winner, Braden Finneran. Reserve champion in the lightweight was Nicole Hansen. Reserve champion in the middleweight was Reese Anderson. Reserve champion in the heavyweight was Delaney Gosshorn. So our judge, Greg Cron, is in the process of selecting his crossbred champion breeding gilt. At the conclusion of this selection, we will have the Duroc, purebred Duroc breeding gilts into the ring, and then after that selection is made, we will have the Supreme Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion breeding gilts.
Three nice class winners as we drop them all in. I talked about each one of them in class, and you know, gilts that represent quality, big-footed, heavy-structured gilts that have some power and width, yet still can get out and go. And I think all of them, you know, represent quality out here. All of them are presented extremely well in terms of presentation and showmanship, but also skin and hair and getting these pigs ready to go. As you start to break them down, there's some differences. There's some things I like to change about all of them. There's one of them I keep on going back to. Young lady out of the second class will be your champion. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations, Cheyenne Obrecht, on her Grand Champion Crossbred Breeding Gilt. We are needing to see our reserve champion out of that class, which is Reese Anderson.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
We dropped in that second place gilt out of that class, and we talked about where we'd like to change her, and I think she fits in well within this particular drive. There's one I keep on going back to, just so stout and burly and heavy structured. The young man's gilt out of the last class to be reserved. Congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Braden Finneran on his reserve champion crossbred breeding gilt. So Cheyenne Obrecht has the champion crossbred breeding gilt, and Braden Finneran has the reserve. We are now ready for the purebred Duroc breeding gilt class, and those exhibitors are Zoe Reffett, Braden Finneran, and Nicole Hansen. These gilts range in weight from 258 to 268 pounds. Another quick quiz question. Listen up, another quick quiz question. What breed of swine was developed in the United States in Butler and Warren County, Ohio, by the Quaker community? The Quaker community had a big part in developing this registered swine breed. It's also the oldest swine breed that originated in the United States. What breed of swine is that? Warren and Butler Counties, Ohio. North side. Chester White. The correct answer is Poland, China. Poland, China. So right now, we're going to declare a winner, and it is the South Side. Congratulations, bragging honors to the South Side. Queens, if you could come over. I have a bunch of candy in this cooler, courtesy of United Animal Health. Rip those open and make sure all the ring help and everybody on the north side team gets it first. South side team gets it first, and then just start walking around and make sure it's gone. Okay? Give them their choice. One each. Congratulations, South Side. Bev, what a captain you made today. Let's give the South Side a big round of applause. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, in the ring now is our champion Duroc Breeding Guild class. Well, congratulations to those exhibitors who brought purebred Durocs to the Shelby County Fair. This is the largest purebred breeding and market animal class combined that we've had in many, I think maybe in modern times. So congratulations to these Duroc exhibitors. Okay, this is actually the first year in modern times that we've had a class distinction for purebreds. We've had purebred show before, but we encourage all breeds to show like they do in the jackpot circuit. So if you have another breed that you would like to bring pigs, we'd sure like to see classes this size for the other breeds at the Shelby County Fair.
She's in there? Okay, I can just put her away. She was just sitting. Thank you very much.
At the conclusion of our selection of champion Duroc Breeding Guild, we'll have the Supreme Champion Overall Breeding Guild Champion of Reserve, which means our champion crossbreds will compete. And that animal will go on to compete in the Best in the West Shootout in the breeding class of the swine division in Denison at a later date.
Nice class of purebred breeding guilds here, and differences in type and kind, and there's one of them I keep on going back to, just in terms of comfort and flexibility at the ground. And as you study this gilt, her skeleton's so good. She's long and extended through her front 1/3, and she's attractive. She's good in terms of her center body. She's by far the most complete gilt. Young lady gilt right here in front of me is going to win this particular class. Really attractive gilt. Young lady does an excellent job showing her. Great in terms of skin and hair and presentation. I think it was close. The young man's gilt right here in front of me is going to be second. Definitely beats a class winner in terms of foot and bone and heaviness of structure. Boy, she's bold and deep through the center portion of her skeleton. She gets rounder and shorter in her hip and just doesn't plant, drive, and go quite as well as I like to see. Maybe I like to clean her up through her front 1/3, but boy, that's a stout breeding gilt to be there in second place. Congratulations to him. Young lady's gilt that rounds out the class. Big-footed, heavy structured, just comes in too many pieces for me. Just like the fixture in her hip and hind leg, like to make her longer and more extended through her front 1/3. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for those exhibitors.
Okay, here's the results of our Duroc Breeding Guild class. Champion Duroc Breeding Guild and a blue ribbon, obviously, to Zoe Reffert. Second place and a blue ribbon to Braden Finneran. and third place in the blue to Nicole Hansen. So we are now ready for the selection of our Supreme Champion Breeding Gilt. This gilt will represent Shelby County at the Best of the West Shootout, which is a county of 9 different counties competing in Denison, Iowa at a future date. And the winner of the Crossbred Breeding Gilt, the Grand Champion Crossbred Breeding Gilt in the ring now is Cheyenne Obrick. Braden Finneran had the Reserve Champion Crossbred Breeding Gilt. And in the Duroc Breeding Gilt class, our champion Duroc Breeding Gilt was Zoe Reffett, and our reserve champion was Braden Finneran. Once we have selected our Supreme Champion and Reserve Supreme Champion Breeding Gilt, we will move into overall champion and reserve champion Swine Showman, and that will be all she wrote for 2022. So our judge Greg Cron is in the process of selecting our Supreme Champion Breeding Gilt to Shelby County Fair that will represent Shelby County at the Best of the West Shootout in Denison.
Well, thanks, Craig. And I've judged quite a few shows, and I've not seen a show like this where the announcer asks questions and gets involvement in the crowd. I think that's awesome. And I want to say thanks to Craig, and also congratulations, a Hall of Fame award. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, or I'd be bummed if I didn't say congratulations and thank you, Craig. And let's give Craig a big round of applause. He's an awesome announcer. And he has a wealth of knowledge, and we were visiting last night for a little bit, and has a strong passion for the industry and purebred livestock. And if you guys get the chance, I would strongly encourage you to talk to Craig. He's passionate about what he does, and he has a wealth of knowledge, and truly has done a lot of good things throughout his career, and can continue to do great things. So congratulations to Craig once again. As we get in and look at our breeding gilts, I think it's really close here. An awesome purebred division, 3 really good gilts in that particular class, a deep crossbred division as well. Kind of some trade-offs back and forth. There's one I keep on going back to, Stout Burley. Looks like a good breeding gilt. The crossbred's going to be your champion. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations, Cheyenne Obrick, on her Supreme Champion Breeding Gilt, which was the champion crossbred. We have Braden Finneran into the ring now with his Reserve Champion Crossbred Breeding Gilt.
Oh, Ron, how you doing?
Hi, you.
Good. Fire up next week then, huh? Good, good. Oh, you do? Yep.
We dropped that crossbred in, and Stout Burley, really heavy structured. She wants to flick a little bit in her hind leg, and I would like to change that about her, but from there on forward, I really appreciate and like some things about her. As we drop them back in, I think it comes close. I think the Duroc just is so sound and flexible. She's opened up, represents so much quality. She's going to be reserve champion. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Zoe Reffett on her Reserve Supreme Champion Breeding Gilt, which was the Champion Duroc Breeding Gilt. So once again, to recap, Supreme Champion Breeding Gilt representing Shelby County at the Best of the West Shootout is Cheyenne Obrick. Reserve Supreme Champion Breeding Gilt was the Champion Duroc in the purebred division belonging to Zoe Reffett.
Well, you have a good day. Good luck here with your pair up there.
Yeah, well, thank you. Sounds like it's supposed to be a good one for us.
We are ready for our champion swine showmanship. So listen up to me here. If you were champion intermediate, champion senior, or champion junior, you come to the ring at this time. Champion intermediate, champion senior, or champion junior, come to the ring at this time. We will not have reserves come. Our champion reserves will be chosen from our champions in each division. If you had previously won the overall, is that right, Kevin? If you won the overall grand champion in the past, you may compete in this. If you had previously won the overall grand champion, you may compete in this again. So we could potentially have 3 exhibitors or more.
Yep.
Got lots of them.
The last one.
What would you like? You want a Reese's? All right,
In the drive now, or in the ring now, is our champion junior showman, Cooper Robinson, our champion intermediate showman, Cheyenne Obricht, and our champion senior swine showman, Riley Obricht. And from these three, our judge, Greg Cron, will select a supreme champion swine showman and a reserve supreme champion swine showman. This will be his last decision made here at the 2022 Shelby County Fair 4-H and FFA Market Hog Show, breeding show. We want to thank Greg for his constructive comments and moving this show along well and taking time with the kids. And once again, let's give him a nice round of applause for a job well done here today.
Well, thank you again. It's been an awesome show, and it's truly an honor and a pleasure to come and judge today. The shows ran incredibly well and smooth. Let's go ahead and put our hands together for the ring crew and everyone involved putting the show on. As I mentioned before, we have a beautiful facility, great fairgrounds, and an awesome set of showmen out here. And we dropped these 3 winners out here, and all of them do an excellent job. It really comes down to little things. One of the things that I did was walk behind them and then kind of walk to the side and see if that showman would switch and go in front of the pig instead of going between myself and the pig. The young boy did that correctly. The 2 young ladies walked between us. So just kind of nitpicking things on things to change. There's one showman out here that just continues to give me all the views. When I just stand there, that exhibitor gives me a side profile. She gives a good 3/4 view, takes those nice gradual turns to get towards the side, always has that pig in the right position, and great eye contact and intensity. I love the aggressive nature, but aggressive not in a bad way, in a good way to be able to get that pig drove and presented the way it should be. A phenomenal set of showmen out here. Young lady right here will be a champion. Young lady with the blue barrel will be reserved. Congratulations to both of them.
Congratulations to Riley Obrick, our Grand Champion Swine Showman, and Reserve Grand Champion Swine Showman, Sister Cheyenne Obrick. So congratulations to the Obrick girls, Reserve Champion Showman. Well folks, that's all it is for the 2022 Shelby County 4-H and FFA Swine Show. We appreciate the great crowd in attendance. Look forward to seeing you next year.